guys ready for functions?
No, not yet.
Why? Oh, you're still attaching? Alright, so we're going to start by defining a function, and then we're going to list the characteristics, and then we're going to do some non-examples and examples. So, my definition. Underneath my definition, I want you to write the following. It says a relation. Potatoes. I should say a function, not a relation. I got excited.
Got y'all messed up.
A function is a relation where every input has only one output. Every input can have only one output. So what is our input when we're talking about relations?
X.
It's our x coordinate. All right, what's our output?
Y.
So that means that each x can only have one y. If I plug in 2 into a relation, I should not get out more than one value. So I can only see 2 once. X can only be listed one time. Is everybody okay so far?
C.
Are we ready for the characteristics?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I think I'm ready. Hold up. Wow.
Did any of you guys remember hearing about the vertical line test last year?
What's that? What's that?
Well, what is a vertical line?
Straight. A straight line.
Straight up and down, right? It's like this. So if you have a graph and you have a vertical line, it can only pass through that graph once. So if it hits it twice, it's not a function. And that's what we're going to write down as characteristics.
I like
Thank you. I do what I can. All right, so the characteristics say, please, Mr. Tripod, don't die. The characteristics say if you can draw a vertical line through the graph and it hits more. No! Saved it. I'm like a ninja. Alright, it hits more than once. It is not a function. So we're going to draw an example of what that looks like in a second. We just need to finish writing out our definition and characteristics.
Yeah, please.
Okay? Yes, blind people, I will. Is that better?
No, I can't see the outside. Okay, what is behind it?
My sweet potatoes. I'm going to move it, son. Alright, so then please, right here. Alright, so if it hits it more than once, it is not a function. And we have a specific thing that we say. We say it fails the vertical line test.
Can you put it does not pass?
You shall not pass. Go full Gandalf on it. Yeah. You could draw a little Gandalf beside him. Did any of you watch Lord of the Rings? Okay.
Give me a Hobbit. Hobbit. Is
No.
that Gandalf? Hobbit?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
What ain't?
It's
It's a continuation.
just let it go. Just be Elsa. All right, so we're gonna draw an example of where the vertical line test fails. Is everybody done writing?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I did it. What happened?
Beyonce?
Can you put petitions marks on the other side of this? There's a pen on one side that's bothering me.
That's yours?
All right, please draw an X and Y axis. Right here. Which one's X? Which one's Y?
The one that's going from left to right.
Which one's X?
X is the one on the side.
This one? All right, which one's Y?
One at the top.
All right, so now I suggest that you get a marker to do this next part in. I'm going to draw my graph, and I'm going to use green to do it. So this is my relation. It looks like this. All right? Now, I just made that up. I chose that relation and just made it up, pulled it out of thin air. Does everybody understand where it came from?
No.
It's magic. Now, we're going to show whether this is a function or not by drawing a vertical line through it. So you need two markers. You need one that draws your green line, one that draws your relation, and you need another color to draw your vertical line. Are we ready? Sweet potatoes. Are we ready now?
Yeah.
No.
You over there talking. You. All right, draw a vertical line. How many times does it pass through the green graph?
Twice.
Twice. Once, twice. Boom, it fails the vertical line test. It does not pass. Gandalf is sitting there breaking the bridge.
I don't get there. Do it again. Please.
You got to be able to see that the orange line hits it twice.
Okay. Two dots.
Oh my god.
It's not funny.
I'm serious.
So anywhere that I draw, it's going to hit it twice. Now, don't just draw it in one place right there where it's only going to hit it once. You need to be able to prove that it's not going to pass twice through there at every point, any point on the graph. So now that we have one that is not a function, we're going to come over here and we're going to draw one that is a function. X, Y. All right, this time it's going to be, my graph is going to be blue.
What?
Who did you know?
So now we have to prove that it can pass the vertical line test. So all we do is I'm going to take my orange marker and we're going to draw vertical lines through anywhere on this graph. And how many times is it going to hit?
1, 2, 3, 4.
One time.
Wow.
Each line will only hit once. Now, you cannot draw a horizontal line. It has to be a vertical line to pass the vertical line test. That's why it's called the vertical line test. Yay. Any questions so far?
Oh,
I don't worry about that now.
Overall objective be just like his dad design.
What is your question? All right. So now, this says every X can only have one Y. So I'm going to show you what it looks like as an ordered pair. Now remember, we write our sets of ordered pairs with squiggies, and then we do parentheses and commas, not comas.
Negative.
Now that says negative 4, 7, 9, 5, and 6, 5. It says every x can only have one y. Do any of the x's repeat? What repeats?
Why?
The y. And it doesn't say anything about the y, right? So x cannot repeat. X cannot repeat. X cannot repeat. What cannot repeat? Can y repeat?
Yes.
Yes. Y can repeat. X cannot repeat. That's what makes this a function. X cannot repeat. He can't. He cannot repeat. All right, now, do you guys remember mappings?
Yes.
What does a mapping look like?
The graph.
I said already.
What does it look? If you remember, then you should remember what it looks like.
Two ovals.
It's the two ovals, and what's on the left side? And what's on the right side? All right, so this is a non-example. So please write this guy on the non-example side. That's blue.
Look like kitties.
Okay, weirdo. Now, how many X's do I have in my oval, in my kidney?
There you go.
How many X's do I have, baby?
2.
And how many Y's do I have? So do you think that X is going to have to repeat this time? To match up with all the Y's, it's going to have to. So I'm going to pair negative 4 with negative 3 and 5. Oh my gosh. That X has 2 lines. That means it's not a function. Boom. That's what it looks like when it's not a function. X cannot have 2 arrows in a mapping. That means it repeats. X cannot repeat. What cannot repeat?
X.
What can repeat?
Y.
Okay, fantastic. X cannot repeat. Now, what if I wrote a table? All right, so what repeats in this table?
4 and 2.
My Y repeats and what repeats?
X.
My X repeats. Is this a function?
No.
No, because X cannot repeat. X cannot repeat. Does everybody understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
I cannot see that.
It says negative 6, 3, 4, 4, going down the X, and then 2's going down the Y.
Okay.
All right, now doodle note. Please get out your doodle note that we turned into page 20. Your doodle note that we turned into page 20. The doodle note that we turned into page 20. What page is the doodle note?
20.
Okay. If you need the hole punch, I'll send it around. Does anybody need the hole punch? Oh, okay. Good.
Sorry. That was a scratch.
All right, now, you could have made this guy pretty. You could have colored him, which I suggest you do so that you can see it. Now, this says find the domain and range. Okay, so what did you guys list as your domain?
3, 7, negative 4, and 8.
I'm gonna beat you this time. Oh, you are? There you go.
All right, what is the range?
4, negative 2, 6, 5.
Now, is this a function or not a function?
It is indeed a function.
It's a function. Why?
Because X doesn't repeat.
X does not repeat. This is a function. So write function.
You said X goes
All right, now of our baby example here, is this guy a function?
Yes.
Why?
Because X does not repeat.
X does not repeat.
function.
This guy up here, is he a function?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Because the X doesn't repeat.
Fantastic.
Next.
Now, what if I drew a graph? I don't want you to draw this graph, I just want you to watch.
I'm gonna color this.
Oh. Alright, what if, don't draw this, just watch.
I'm gonna color this. I like colors.
You just think you don't.
This is my graph. Is that a function or not a function?
Function. Wait, it's not a function.
It's no real number. No. What is it? No solution. No, it's infinite.
Why do you say it's not a function?
Because you could put 2 dots.
If I drew a vertical line through this, how many times would it hit?
You'll hit like a bunch of times.
Every time. That means that is not a function. So if it is a vertical line, it is not a function.
Infinite.
Alright, what if
Yeah, great.
this?
It's a function.
That's a function. Because no matter where I draw my vertical line, that's going to pass the vertical line test. Now, please take this paper and turn it over. Just like this.
Okie dokie.
Hey, that's great.
Long ways, not up and down. Yes.
Coffee stunts your growth.
No.
Oh, it doesn't?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Because I like coffee.
Been drinking coffee since I was like 5.
Okay. Really? I like you.
Alright, I want you to draw a line dividing your page. And at the top left, I want you to write function.
So we're doing this.
And at the top right, I want you to write not a function. I'm going to pass out your next worksheet that you're going to do.
Hold on. We on dip this
Wait,
time?
which sheet do we go this on?
Okay, I took my paper and I turned it over onto the back.
Okay.
Now, this right here, I'm going to show you before I hand it out. This is our next sheet. So I need everybody to put everything down and just look at the board.
Hold on.
Put everything down and look at the board.
It's going to be like, is this a function? Is this a
Eyes up here. Eyes up here. Now, you are going to cut these out. And you're going to have to determine if it's a function or not. After you cut them out, you're going to paste it on the side of whether it's a function or not a function. So let's look at the first one. If we draw a vertical line through those dots, is it ever going to hit 2 dots?
No.
So what is that? That's a function.
Hold on.
Is this the homework?
This is right now. Right now work. And then you have another worksheet for homework. So you're going to cut them out and paste it on the side of whether it's a function or not a function.
We need